And a good afternoon to you folks here from Westchester, Pennsylvania, as we get ready for day 2 of the 2016 ACHA Division II Men's National Championship Tournament. Today we have Pool A action as the Utah State University Aggies take on the defending champions in the NYU Violets. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the program. Starting lineups are underway as Matt Coma and Brett Luthner will be giving you the call here as we have a couple interviews, right, Brett?
Yeah, well, really quickly, first, Chris Costantino, head coach of New York University, defending national champions.
With Coach Costantino ahead of Game 2 in pool play. And first of all, last night, big win for your team. Overall, how did you think the performance was?
I thought we played well. We had a game plan going into the game. We wanted to play fast. We wanted to add a lot of pressure to their team because, hey, we had a ton of respect for Penn State. We knew if we gave them any time and space, they were going to take advantage of it. So the game plan was to go out and play them tight and play fast. So, listen, the end result was great. Obviously an 8-2 win, but I think the thing that we were more excited about was that, hey, we had a game plan and we executed it.
Coming up against Utah State this afternoon, day 2, and this usually moving day. What are you looking to tell the guys today?
Just a little more of the same. We just got to be better. I think that's the way this tournament works. Yesterday was great, but you know what? We got to be better. And I think we got to keep climbing that ladder. And you see teams at this tournament, they find a way to get better every day. And I think that's our goal. We want to be quicker today. They're a big team. They're physical. We want to use our speed and really play to our strengths today.
Any changes going into the game today?
Just from yesterday, we're just making, Jack Naba's getting the start. Listen, Jack, we got a really good situation. We got 3 great goaltenders. It's Sam and Jack and Alex. So, Jack's going to get the start tonight. And, we got 100% confidence in that he's going to get the job done.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, bud.
You're only supposed to get one channel. All right, hockey fans, getting ready for puck drop as we get ready for our first period. We'll hear quickly from Utah State's head coach, John Eccles, before today's game. You'll hear it as we get ready for puck drop between NYU and Utah State.
All right, down here at ice level with John Eccles, head coach of Utah State. John, not the outcome you wanted yesterday against Grand Valley State, but a chance to still be alive in the pool here this afternoon against NYU.
Yes, kind of came out flat. I think some guys were a little, caught off guard to the speed and the fastness of the game, plus the small rink. But excuses aside, we just didn't come out to play. So we are looking forward to turning that around today against NYU.
You're no stranger to these national championship tournaments. You've been here for quite some time over the several past couple of years. What do you guys need to fix from yesterday in order to succeed today?
Well, I think yesterday we just had some guys going all out, doing everything they could. Other guys were kind of sitting back, just kind of like, what do I do? And so we talked about it. It's no different than any other game we've played. We're on ice. We know breakouts. We know, taking shots. We know, support. All those little simple things we didn't do yesterday. And hopefully we touched on all of them that we can kind of, bring it together today and have a good outing.
You guys have the defending champs today in NYU. What's the key to beating them today?
I think we just have to jump on them quick, be physical. Maybe they are a little physical. From what I watched, they didn't seem to be as physical. Where we are a physical team, most of the teams in the West are a lot more physical. So I think that'll be a key, being physical. And again, just working as units out there. A lot of single efforts out there, guys trying to do it, but no support. So we need to really be there as a unit. Lines need to play together and support one another on the ice. So I think that's the key for us.
All right, best of luck, John. Look forward to watching you guys.
Matt, as always, you're awesome. Thank you for doing it.
Thanks, John.
All right, there you have it. You hear from both coaches. We're about a minute underway here in the first period. NYU with the early momentum here in period number 1. They have the first shot on goal. As the Utah State Aggies looking to break it out, the stretch pass finds Ian Beckstrom now on a 2-on-2. Beckstrom will fire as that puck gets deflected into the netting up above the glass here. Glad you guys are joining us for this game. Matt and Brent up here above the rink 3 here at the Iceland Complex here. And this should be a good game. Yes, the Utah State was blown out yesterday. NYU on the better half of a blowout, but could be a little competitive, more competitive today.
It could be, and I think what Coach Eccles was saying is that one goes wide. What Coach Eccles was saying is he wasn't sure if NYU was physical because they had control of that game against Penn State, and they didn't have to play physical. NYU is an excellent systems team and can play very physical when need be.
Well, we saw that against Penn State in the as for the Violets did an 8-2 victory on day one here at Nationals. A great start to their title defense here in Westchester. The winners of the national championship back in Salt Lake City a season ago. This NYU squad, they're in the white uniforms moving left to right in this period. Utah State's in the blue uniforms moving right to left. As you heard the starting lineups, we have a battle of the backup goaltenders tonight. You have Christian Vivian in net for the Aggies and Jack Neba, who was first-team all-tournament last year. He gets the starting line for the Violets.
Yeah, and that's only because Sam Daly has just absolutely taken the number one spot and run away with it for NYU. To have Jack Neba as a backup goaltender is definitely a luxury for the Violets.
As the Violets currently hold on to it. Ripley looking to get through traffic, gets it over to the far side. As a shot is blocked that time by Chase. As another try is denied as well by Vivian. Aggies now break the puck out. Gary Higgs at the near red line. Pressured by Moeller, has to just send it into the NYU zone. Back for the Violets is Ripley. He'll take a check from Kirkville over the far side. As Lipkin will give it ahead. Near side now pass. Welch lost it in his feet trying to corral that pass. Back out to the red line. Here's Ripley. Had a goal yesterday in the contest. Ripley sends one in front, takes a deflection. Top of the point. Moeller a shot that's saved by Vivian.
Yeah, NYU again, this is where they're going to try to impart their will, so to speak.
Another try here on the near side as the Aggies turn it over. Another low-angle shot. NYU all over the bottom of the crease there. They saw it work for them against Penn State, trying to do the same thing here this afternoon against this Utah State squad. Comes to the top of the point, Ripley over the far side. Quickly over to the near side now, Moeller. Top of the circle, shot goes wide. Kowalewski will play it back behind. Too far for Morgan to corral. It comes up the near side boards. A collision by McJimsey and Moeller. Now McJimsey takes a high stick deflection and waved off. It was touched by NYU. Puck goes high into the rafters, out of play with 16:40 to go here in our first period. Still no score. Shots 2-0 in favor of NYU. Both teams kind of still filling each other out here.
And again, what I was saying is that's where NYU is going to try to impart their will. This happens with a lot of the Super East Collegiate Hockey League teams. William Patterson, New Hampshire, NYU, Montclair State. They love to forecheck hard, put two guys in on the puck, and create those turnovers down low and set up the counter in the zone.
Esposito down low looking for Conslato. He's tied up by Vidito. Kowalewski down there as well for NYU in a 2-on-2 battle. Puck squirts out to Chris Cutsall. Tries to come out of the zone. Esposito cut that one off, but his attempt to dump it in the far corner stolen away by Vidito. His pass off target of Ekstrom. Now back to the Violets. Curtis Fisher looks up the far side. Was cut off by Utah State. Rung around the boards. Unable to keep it in is Gibbons. As Esposito gloves that one down quickly over the far side. Conslato. Kowalewski in front. Gets dragged down. It'll be our first penalty of the afternoon. As Utah State will take the first call. It's going to be to number 29, Chris Vidito.
And Vidito got
Or excuse me, number 13, Sean Gibbons will take the box.
Well, he got beat on it. As they were coming in, Gibbons was caught a little bit behind. NYU had that 2-on-1 developing down low. I believe it was Kowalski that was breaking to the net and just he had to haul him down. Also would have been a golden opportunity in front. Power play on NYU.
So one power play goal for NYU yesterday afternoon. They'll have their first crack at it today. The penalty was number 13, Sean Gibbons. It was 2 minutes for interference. Time on the penalty, 4 minutes of the first period. As White fires a shot that's redirected just wide of Vivian's cage. Aggies get control. They'll chip it high off the glass and out to neutral ice.
On a power play, watch for Evan Ripley when he is out there. He's not out there now, but he has got a cannon at the point.
Rung around to the far side. Cooper Lim got a stick on it. Can't clear the zone, though. Regan here to the near side. Quickly played to the top of the point, Finocchio. He'll fire a shot through traffic. Score! Connor Finocchio finds his way through traffic, and the Violets with an early lead here in the first period.
Might have been deflected in front. There was a lot of traffic down low. It did take a deflection. Not sure if it went off a Utah State player or if it was tipped in front, possibly by Hamilton White, number 7. But either way, NYU getting that traffic in front. They're difficult to move out of the front of the net, develop a 1-0 lead here.
So NYU converts on its first power play. We'll see who the referees downstairs ended up giving the goal to, if it was either number 7 White or number 2 Finocchio. We'll see if there was a deflection in there, but nonetheless, it is 1-0 NYU. They pick up right where they left off yesterday. Utah State cuts the puck off. Here comes Josh Kirkville for the Aggies. He'll get it past the red line. He'll chase after it. Back is O'Hara, able to steal it away, but a turnover in front. McJimsey has a man in front. Neba with a save. McJimsey again, score! McJimsey from his backside finds its way past the Violets, and we're tied. A quick answer from the Aggies.
Hard work, and that's what it is. It's what you're going to have to do against NYU is you have to work hard and match that work ethic. And right now we're seeing it. Utah State is like, okay, fine. You're going to score us on the power play? We'll bounce right back. By the way, that was Gallegos that tipped it in front from what we're hearing on the loudspeaker. But here, just hard work by Utah State. Gets the goal in front. Now we're tied up again.
So Gallegos gets credit for the NYU goal. That's his 8th of the season, excuse me. As for McJimsey, that's his 23rd of one of the top scorers for this Aggie squad. Able to knot things up. The first shot of the game for Utah State goes in the back of the net. NYU looking for an answer of their own as Morgan gains the red line, sending it in towards Christian Vivian. Backhand to the far side, Beckstrom for Utah State. Lost it in his feet as Welch was there. Chipped up to the top of the point. Ripley can't keep it on the right side of the blue line. Forced to just play it across. Muller's pass off target. Gibbons plays near side. A big hit. Collision between Welch and Gibbons. Welch taking the brunt end of that one. Play on side. This is back to Utah State. Coming up on 14 minutes to go here in our first period. We're tied at 1. Pass off target. We'll get an icing call here on Utah State as the Violets touch up.
And unfortunately, we could not hear the goal announcement. It was muffled as it came over the loudspeaker, so we do not have any of the particulars on that last goal. But we do know Utah State answers within 34 seconds of the NYU goal.
And that's a great answer for a team that was on the short end of the stick against Grand Valley State. Outshot 69-21 in that contest yesterday. To have that answer really quick, it's got to be great for that team.
Yeah, it does. And when you give up that many shots and have to withstand that bombardment, and that's what Grand Valley State is. They're a tremendously disciplined team. They play to their system. They play to 4 lines. And so to bounce back like this against the defending champs is a good sign for Utah State.
Nice opportunity for the Violets as Esposito couldn't pull the trigger. Chaos in the Utah State end is NYU all over the Aggies right now as Regan leaves it off for Esposito. Across the ice quickly. Finocchio another shot. This one blocked at the top of the slot. Aggies have 3-on-2 numbers, but elect to make the change. Now a 2-on-2. Over on that far side, now it's stolen away. Here comes Conslato. Try to weave past Joseph Chase. Couldn't do so. As the Violets in the middle of a change, Boyda's back for NYU. Plays it back to the near side. Gillette, center pass, finds his man in Gallegos. He had the goal that gave NYU the early lead. Here's he fires a shot off the side of the net. Giving a chase up the near side, kept in by Gillette. Now down in the corner, looks for something in front, takes a pinball off a couple of skates. And now Todd Renee will bring it ahead for Utah State. Past the blue line, fires a shot, takes a deflection out of play. And we get a stoppage with 12:41 here. A tie hockey game here between NYU and Utah State.
Good pace to the game early, good intensity to the game early, which you expect. Utah State's going to come out with all they got, knowing that they need to get a win just to keep their championship hopes alive.
Yeah, Utah State in a must-win situation here after losing to Grand Valley State. NYU has the opportunity to clinch the pool with a win against Utah State. They'll need a loss from Grand Valley State against the Penn State Ice Lions later this afternoon in order for that to happen. Utah State looking for something offensively here as they try to send it towards the front of the net. As we get another penalty coming up on Utah State. This one will be on number 19. That's Alex Herman as we get the whistle finally for the touch-up. It's a hooking call. And the Violets 1 for 1 on the power play. We'll get another crack at it here with 12:13 left.
Again, this is all about hard work, and guys are getting steps. And when you try to reach out, and you know, take a little bit of a hook there, a little bit of a tug, next thing you know, you're shorthanded, and you don't want to give any team in this tournament the opportunity with the power play.
So NYU already 1 for 1 on the power play and gets their second attempt. The penalty to number 19, Alex Herman for Utah State. It's a 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 7:47 of the first period as the Violets go to work. Orn gets it now top of the circle. Walking in, gives it top of the point, Ripley. Ripley wrist shot through traffic in the red basket of Vivian, though. Able to hold on to that one.
By the way, we might as well tell you, the officiating crew today, John Crayley and Brett Wallen are the referees. Don Cancelosi and Ben Mandarowski are the linesmen.
4-man system being used here across the board in this national championship tournament.
I should say Mandaraki is the linesman, not Mandarowski.
Pass off target from NYU, though, forced to go all the way back toward their own zone. As Ripley will take it all the way back, set up the NYU breakout here. Beckstrom applying pressure, yes, it is Beckstrom, able to steal it away from Ripley and clear it down the ice. Nice defensive play from the Aggie forward.
And that doesn't happen too often. I think Ripley thought he had more room than he did. Good back checking there. There's stick lift, strip, and clear.
Orn on the far side, he gets run into. No call from either official on that one. Looked like he might have got a little nudge from behind. The Violets set up once more. Under a minute now to go on the power play as Orn fires a wrist shot that just went wide. Forces NYU back out of the zone. McJimsey pressing hard on Ripley. The Violets quickly back the other way. Esposito over the far side. Top of the point, Orn goes back down low. Kowalewski looks for Esposito off his stick back behind the net. Looks to go back to Kowalewski. He lost it in his feet. Able to play with Esposito down low. Kowalewski, top of the point, Orn. Now center point. Ripley fires a shot. It's blocked. 3 Aggies there. They'll send it hard, almost into the NYU bench. Kills more precious seconds on this power play. It's down to 20 seconds.
I'll tell you what, Utah State, give them credit. They know not to let Ripley have much room to skate, to shoot, to do anything. They are closing down his space fast.
Speaking of fast, here's Gallegos into the zone as he tried to send one across to Baum. Leaves one. Coming in now to the far side. Regan, top of the point, Finocchio. Another shot. This was redirected by Gallegos just wide. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Herman enters the play. Send one in front, denied by Higgs. As the puck goes high in the air, gathered by Utah State. Herman to the far side. Higgs down low, looking for a man in front. Had his man in limb. Just off his stick. Back to the Violets. They ice the puck. And the Aggies with a little offensive momentum on the last shift. We're past the halfway point of the first period. 9:48 to go. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, it's this is really just an even, nicely competitive hockey game. This looks like 2 evenly matched teams in this game. Both throwing the body a little bit, not too much though, not needing to. Both looks like good systems teams, staying, for the most part, disciplined, just when Utah State's been beaten by a step that they've had to commit penalties.
Baum chips it up. It's too far for a Gallegos to check, but Violets are going to change anyways. The Aggies a blind pass in their own zone. They'll try up the near side. McJimsey just taps it along only to the NYU blue line. Finocchio will leave it behind. Gillette over the far side. Just tapped along. Orn will send it along, and now breaks out 2-on-2 the other way. Near side pass. O'Hara has time to shoot. Goes for the back door. As unable to find number 19, Jorgensen was denied by the Aggie defense. Maybe an interference call there as well. The Aggies dodge a bullet there. Aggies the other way. Shot just wide of Jack Neva as it comes to the near side. Westlake can't keep it on side for Utah State. They have to tag up. NYU will bring it to the far side. Jorgensen at the red line. Leaves it for Orn. Weaves through a couple of Aggie sticks. Sends it into the corner. Hung around the boards. Violets in the middle of a change. Aggies with time to break the puck out. Westlake, Gibbons to the far side too. Westlake as a shot is saved. Here on the near side. Now Latham holds in the corner. Has a man breaking towards the front. Couldn't find him. Good pressure by Moeller over on the far side. Another check there as well. Morgan taps it along for Lipkin. 3 Aggies to deal with. He'll chase after it by sending it in. Vivian will get a touch on it. Just gets it past the stick of Lipkin. Aggies will hold on to it. Coming down to 8 minutes to go here in the first period. We're tied at 1. A power play goal for Gallegos for NYU. And an even strength goal for McJimsey just 34 seconds later. Aggies with time as they float one ahead. Cutsall can't hold on to it as it comes back to Muller. Upended by the Aggie forward. Good check on that far side. As NYU sends it back in, they'll change once more.
And right now, it's NYU, another one of their systems. They'll drop back into a 1-2-2, sort of trap you make that mistake, and then counter. And then if they don't have anything, do it right like they did here. Dump it in and set it up again.
As we get a whistle here,
and I think we might have
the net's dislodged. I didn't see the referee's hand come up, as that was O'Hara that slid in, or excuse me, Consolado that slid into And
That's
there you
exactly
go.
what I thought it was, yeah.
So Consolado will head to the box for NYU, and the Aggies will get their first power play here with 7:26 to go.
Yeah, Brett Wall made that call from the back line. What happened was coming around, Consolado caught the goaltender, Vivian. Yeah,
We should have our media timeout, but
actually no, can't because it's a power play.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's what. One of the things that they had gone over late was you can't have that timeout yet because of the power play.
So the Aggies go to work on their first power play as Gibbons fires one through traffic. Nava makes a save. It's loose, but a quick whistle from the referee denies that chance.
John Crayley, now I know him from a lot of games with William Patterson. Puck sitting there, he lost sight of it. And it's just like, you're like, oh, no. And, so Crayley has to call what he sees out there. And
that is the referee's rule. If you lose sight of it, you got to blow it dead.
And Brett Wallen looked right up at me afterwards. Him and I were talking about before the game. So Brett looked right up at me after to see what my reaction on it was.
Redirected shot just wide of the frame as Lim sends one in front. It's a good save from Neba as McJimsey was looking for his second of the game right in front of the crease.
Yeah, this is good pressure by Utah State here. Again, on the power play, so they're getting the traffic in front. They're getting the opportunities, and they got to continue to do that. Force NYU to have to defend down low.
Quick shot off the draw by McJimsey again. That one just fired wide. As the Aggies set up, Orr to the far side, Gibbons. Lots of traffic in front. As Orr now takes the top of the point near side. Back to Orr. He'll fire a shot through traffic. Neva makes the save right to Gibbons. Looks for a man in front. Shot score. Herman gets the goal. A power play goal. 2-1 Utah State.
What a smart play. What an absolutely smart play. Saw that Neva had telescoped all the way out to defend that shot and just slide a pass across the defense. Herman on the back door in an open space gathers, had time, and just buried it. Oh, that is such an amazingly patient play by Utah State there.
Alex Herman had the lone goal against Grand Valley State yesterday. That's his 21st of the season. And the Aggies with their first lead of the tournament. They lead 2-1 over the defending champs. Puck in front, Kowalewski to Esposito, a backhand shot that's saved by Vivian. So the Aggies 1 for 1 on the power play as well. NYU's 1 for 2. As we wait for the Aggies to move it ahead. Over the far side, floated high in the air. Boyda will glove it down, play to his stick in his own zone, quickly across the ice to the far side. Golette gains the red line, who sends one into the Utah State end. David Higgs will play it back behind. Chase lost it in his feet, trying to just chip it along. Vitito got a stick on it, gets it only to the blue line. NYU trying to answer back on that Utah State goal as it's down low for Esposito. Sends one in front, can't find either Kowalewski or Consolado, and it breaks out Utah State 3-on-2 the other way. Here's Beckstrom, Matt gets by one defender, stumbles as he tried to send one in front. Denied by Moeller though. Turnover in the NYU zone as Higgs fires a shot. It's blocked. Second attempt has a backhand, never reaches Neva. It comes here to the near side, Vitito. Cuts all over to the far side. David Higgs, wrist shot. Neva got a piece of it. Aggies all over the Violets now. They lead on the shot count 8-6 now after trailing 6-1 in that stat category earlier in this period. Aggies in the middle of a change. This will not go for icing as it went right through the skates of the players that were changing for Utah State.
Unfortunately for them, it went through and not hit them. Otherwise, we could have been looking at too many minutes, I should say.
Pinocchio up the far side, goes past both the outlet passes as he comes back to center ice. Good play. This will be a high sticking call if NYU elects to touch it. Instead, they'll let the Aggies play on. Under 5 minutes now to go here in the first period. 2-1 the score. We're Utah State ahead thanks to a power play goal by Herman.
And they announced it actually on the public address as Orr getting the goal, but we know Herman shot it because this goes for icing.
9-19, so yep. That's a fair mistake. Icing the call here on Utah State as we have 4:37 left to play here.
And we still won't get that media timeout because of the icing. And we may just have to sneak it in.
We may just have to thank our sponsors as we head to break.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I sneak it in during the 15 seconds that we get when they, between whistles.
Fisher up the near side boards for McJimsey as he's tied up by O'Hara. As the Violets get it back, Boydo down low. Rung side. Orn's now got it. He let it sleek through his feet. Roulette with a nice play to keep that on side as it comes down low. Orn tried to bring it into the front, denied by Trimboli. NYU still doing a good job of keeping it in. Here's Jorgensen, a shot. It's blocked by Trimboli. Another attempt looking for Orn was wide. Top of the point, Boyda. Back to Orn on the far side. Looks to her center pass. Is stolen away by the Fisher as he goes stumbling to the ice. Aggies want a call. They won't get it.
And I think it's because
then they will get the call on that one.
Yeah.
The whistle is blown. The hand goes up. 3:52 remains as Fisher and Jorgensen have some words for each other.
Unfortunately, Fisher, he thought he was wrong. But when you look at it from a referee standpoint, when you see a player's legs both together and they sort of fall over like a tree, then you kind of think that they're embellishing it. Not to say he was or not, but I think that's the way the officials saw it is they see two legs together and he collapsed over, and it's like, all right, fine, he's trying to buy one. And then the other end, Fisher gets frustrated about it and to hit from behind, and now he's got to sit for two.
So the penalty is to number 7, Brandon Fisher. It's 2 minutes for checking from behind. Time of the penalty, 16:08 of the first period. NYU with its third power play here in this first period. They are 1 for 2 so far with the extra man.
Yeah, we're not even going to, at this point, we're not going to have a chance.
We will thank our sponsors. We thank them all the sponsors that have made this tournament possible. As we'll get through them throughout the game as the shot takes a deflection out of play. It'll stay down low, 3:45 remaining, 1:53 on the penalty clock.
And we do thank them all because they help put on a great production here for all involved.
A great tournament here, 16 teams battling for a national championship. The final ACHA championship tournament. As the pass comes to the near side, here's Conslato. NYU sets up the power play, looks for the backdoor pass, too high for Orn to corral. Off his shin pad to the far side, he'll go after it. Orn down low, Esposito. Conslato, a one-time shot, went too high.
Dangerous play, that backdoor for NYU.
Here's Orn, a shot, it's blocked in front. Back to Conslato, top of the point, 1:20 left in the power play. Over to the far side, Ripley on the backhand, floats one back to Conslato, can't control it. Back out to neutral ice.
The one thing that's dangerous about coming out high on Ripley is they're leaving those passing lanes open for that back door.
Vivian with a couple saves as the Aggies control and clear. As both teams will change up the special teams units here as we're down to a minute left in the power play, under 3 left here in the first period. Aggies still lead 2-1 here. Pass to the far side. Regan with time to skate it. He'll bring it in the offensive zone. Stop at the top of the circle. Across the ice pass. White quickly to Finocchio. Looks for the backdoor pass off the stick of Baum. Over to Gallegos now. Gallegos looking for in front. Higgs won't let him towards the front of the net. Down to 30 seconds left. Regan to the far side. Gallegos. Looks for a wrist shot. It's blocked just wide. Now Baum has it. Pressured by Higgs. He takes the tumble. Gallegos will pick it up. 20 left in the power play. Floated pass to the top of the circle. White now top of the point. Finocchio. Back to White near side. He'll fire a wrist shot. Score! Hamilton White, another power play goal for the Violets, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, Hamilton White saw that screen set up in front. Good puck movement by the Violets. And White saw the screen set up in front and decided to have a go at it. Screen on the play was Vivian. As a goalie, you got to go down to take out the low shot. White saw a spot up high and ripped it, and now we're tied at 2.
So 2 power play goals for NYU here in the first period. They tie this game up with 2:04 remaining. As the goal goes to Hamilton White, that's his 10th of the season. And the Violets able to even things up here before the period ends. Power plays have been key in this game so far. We've seen 3 of the 4 goals scored on the man advantage. NYU sends it into the Utah State zone. Pass to the near side finds Trimboli. Floats one high in the air. No one for Utah State to grab it. Gillette quickly up the far side. Esposito, he's cut off. Or excuse me, that's O'Hara over on that far side. As Boyda races after this one in the NYU zone. Almost turned it over right to Kirkvliet. As now here come the Violets. 3-on-4 the other way. NYU will dump and chase. Vivian will corral it back behind the net and pass to the near side. McJimsey floats one ahead looking for Kirk Valit. Stolen away though by Jorgensen. Walking in, looks for the near post. Went a little too high. Another try from Jorgensen. This one saved by Vivian over to the far side. Minute 10 left here in the first period as O'Hara takes a tumble in the far corner. Jorgensen will give it back to him. Center pass just goes wide as Moeller comes to the top of the red line. He'll send it right back in. Under a minute now to play as Westlake looks for the home run pass. McJimsey did not get a touch on it, but Higgs beats out the icing call with a quick shot. Saved by Neba. Violets back the other way. Morgan looking for a shot. He gets upended by Gibbons. Good check on that far side. No, a chance. Oh, it rings off the crossbar. As the Violets with a good chance on that last chance. That was Lipkin. Almost put it home. Now across the ice looking for Morgan off his stick. Violets trying to put a quick one in here before the period ends. Lipkin, far side. Another save by Vivian. This one he'll hold on to with 18.1 to go here in the first period. Shots 10-8 in favor of the Violets as we stand right now. As the Violets with a great shift. No goal to show for it, though, as Lipkin hit the crossbar just a couple of moments ago. As the pass by NYU is off target, this won't go for icing. Utah State's going to get there first anyway as Riley Orr gets to it. They'll take a check from Ripley. Down there also is Herman. As they look for one last shot here before the period ends. Backhanded by Lim. That'll do it for our first period. As we have a log jam down there. Esposito tangled up. Referees will come in and intervene. As that's Orr that's down for Utah State. We'll see if a penalty comes out of that one with a late scuffle. But an entertaining first period nonetheless. A 2-2 score after 20 minutes of play. We'll talk to one of the coaches downstairs in just a moment. We'll talk with head coach John Eccles for Utah State. As Brett is standing by with John Eccles. Brett, take it away.
Coach Eccles, 2-2 after one. Overall, your team's performance out there in the first 20.
I'm really excited about it. Big difference from yesterday. Yesterday we kind of waited for things. We were running all around today, working much better as a team, as a unit working out there, and having a sustained forecheck has really helped us.
Any adjustments going forward?
Got to work on that PK, tighten it up a little. They've gotten some pretty good shots, so got to go to the drawing board and see what we can do to kind of stop that. So,
thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, back up to you.
Thanks, Brett. As we conclude our first period of the afternoon here on day 2 at Nationals, we're tied at 2 between the defending champion NYU Violets and the Utah State Aggies. Shots 10-8 after the first period. When we come back, we'll have the second period in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. 2-2 your score after 1. You're watching the 2016 ACHA Men's Division II National Championships here from Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors as well for this year's tournament. As the sponsors for this first period is GreatSkate.com, Sherwood Hockey, and Harrow Sports, the official apparel provider of the ACHA. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceline Quad Rings, and Hammer, and our broadcast partners from the University of Utah for putting this first period on. Well, before we take the break, final thoughts on that first period, Brett?
Good evening period by both teams. You're seeing both teams set up their systems. Both teams play physical. Let's see if Utah State can stay out of the penalty box. That's going to be the key going forward, second and third periods. NYU, no penalties. And sometimes for them, that's a bugaboo. They get a lot of penalties called. They get themselves in trouble. They've stayed disciplined so far. If both sides stay disciplined, you're going to see an exciting game here.
All right, as we mentioned, 10-8 the shot count after the first period. Violets ahead by 2 on the shot count. They are tied on the scoreboard. NYU and Utah State tied at 2 after 1. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championships from Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'll be back in the second period in about 15 minutes. All right, hockey fans, welcome back to Westchester, Pennsylvania. Getting ready for our second period between NYU and Utah State, all deadlocked at 2 apiece here on Rink 3 of Day 2. Matt Coma, Brett Leithner here with the call here on the near side. As we have a couple of words to give out, I think, as well. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that later?
Well, we can recognize them now and later. We'll recognize them before each period. The Academic All-Americans were announced by the ACHA today. Over 100 Academic All-Americans competing this weekend at the national tournament. In this game, these are juniors and seniors with a grade point average of 3.2 or higher. For Utah State, it's Joseph Chase, Morgan McJimsey, Michael Trimboli, and the goaltender Christian Vivian, and in the goal to our left. And for NYU, Charles Arsenescu, Sam Daly, who's not playing today. In fact, he's in street clothes this afternoon, I should say. Pete Jorgensen, Michael Lardner, and Evan Ripley are all the academic All-Americans participating in this game this afternoon.
And we congratulate all those guys for doing well, not just both on the ice, but in the classroom as well. And that's a great honor to have that the ACHA gives out every year. And we congratulate all those student athletes for what they've accomplished both on the ice and in the classroom. As we're back underway for our second period, Utah State moving left to right in the blue uniforms this period. As they come with Vinito, a shot save, rebound just went wide. It was Higgs, and had the opportunity. That's how Utah State scored their second goal off that same kind of play. As the Violets moving right to left in the white uniforms, their pass is cut off at the red line by Higgs. Over to the far side, Cutsall. Cutsall trying to get through everyone. Ripley got enough of them to disrupt the play. And he floats it high in the air and out of play with 19:09 left to go here in the period. Utah State buzzing to start the second period.
And it's interesting to start. Utah State's feeling that confidence, and they're feeling that it's like, hey, wait a second, we do belong in this tournament. Every team belongs. Let's get that out of the way. But Utah State, after getting on the wrong end of a bad result yesterday, it's like, all right, you know what? We can play with the national champs, and you're seeing that confidence right now.
We had an offensive draw. NYU won it, ringing around the boards. Here comes Shaby up the near side, getting a hack on it as Orr to disrupt that play. As good check on the far side by Fisher. He plays it out, but right to Gallegos, who fired a shot, takes a redirection off a high stick. Waved off by the officials. Now back to Regan at the blue line. Goes to the far side. Trimboli lost it in his feet for a moment. He'll take a check from Gallegos. Puck back and forth. Fisher from the red line fires one on net to Neva, who makes the save. As shots 11-10 in favor of Utah State as we stand right now, 3-0 in favor of the Aggies here in the second period. Shaby into the zone. He'll fire a shot. Vivian makes the save but couldn't hold on to it. Luckily for the Aggies, Baum couldn't get a stick on it over on that far side. This puck goes all the way down, tipped, so no icing as the Violets go back. Both teams will change up the lines as it comes to the center ice. Orrin taps it along. O'Hara to the far side, back to Orrin. Thought about a shot, he fanned on it. And it's sent all the way down by Utah State. This one will go for icing. As we wait for NYU to touch up, finally the whistle sounds with 17:59 to go here in the second period.
And the thing here is with Utah State, what's going to be crucial on their, how they defend when NYU breaking out is those middle two. It looked like they were going 1-2-2 on this one, and the middle two forecheckers or the last two forwards were staying a little bit too high, but not enough where they can impart their will on the forecheck and allow NYU an easy breakout.
NYU looking for a short angle shot in front, as that was denied by Utah State. The shot by Orrin is saved by Vivian, and that breaks the Aggies out. Here's Higgs, taps one along. McJimsey will go after it. He'll be the first one there. He's going to take a check from Boyda instead. Nice play from McJimsey. This time, Orrin with a good hit. Able to knock the Aggie defender forward away. As Kirkfleet fires a shot, it's an easy glove save for Neva. Settles things down with 17:27 to go.
Boys is picking up the physical play a little bit, which will get this crowd into it for sure because both teams, they can lay the body. And in that case, McJimsey, he saw that hit coming, and he decided, I'm going to be the hitter, not the hit-e.
Unfortunately, Orrin was the hit-er just a couple seconds later on that shift for McJimsey. So NYU sends it into the Utah State zone. Higgs will backhand it only to the blue line as Muller got it only to about the top of the circle before Utah State cuts it off back out to neutral ice. Puck still going back and forth as Higgs will chip it back into the NYU zone. A lot of dump and chase from both these teams throughout this contest. Vidito holding near side, battling with the Violets. Stolen away. Now ahead comes Fisher. Centers a pass. As Lipkin came close to scoring in that first period, rang one off the crossbar. As the Aggies will ice this yet again. And we'll get a stoppage of play with 16:42 remaining. Couple of icings forcing the Aggies back into their own zone.
And if Evan Ripley can't reach that puck, that's definitely an icing. Utah State was a little up in arms about it, but Evan Ripley at 6'5", if he can't reach it, no one can reach it.
I think he is the tallest player in this tournament, hands down. We saw him last year as well. He was part of the all-tournament team last season in Salt Lake. The Violets go to work here. To the far side, a shot looking for a redirection in front was Conslato. Just wide a hit stick. Goes high in the air. This one will stay in the Utah State end again. As that time it was here on the near side. Actually hit the ceiling, not the rafters. That kind of sneaked down. That was Higgs, number 45 for Utah State.
If you're Utah State, watch the back door because NYU has found some openings there. Utah State has kind of gotten caught a little sleepy on the back post.
Well, good shot off the draw by Kowalewski. Rings it off the post. Here on the near side, Aggies is trying to clear it out. They do, only to the red line. Regan will send her right back in.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but NYU knows they got a tired unit out there, and they're going after him on the forecheck.
The Aggies haven't been able to change in quite some time. As here's Conslato, sends one towards the center as Kowalewski lost control. Now top of the point, Finocchio gets past one defender. Kowalewski now in the slot, poked away from by the Aggies. Now a chance, here's Cooper Lim. Wrist shot, rang high. Nema might have got a piece of it, but a good shot here on the near side from Cooper Lim. Violets the other way. Kowalewski leaves it for Conslato. Top of the slot, a shot is saved by Christian Vivian. 15:36 remaining. We're still tied at 2.
And there was a good opportunity there. Utah State getting in, deflection, take that shot. But I thought at that moment, get some of your tired players off, get them fresh legs. And instead, it went the other way. NYU had an opportunity, and good job there by the goaltender Vivian to just gobble up that shot.
Both goaltenders doing a good job so far. Is McJimsey with a good block on that shot on the far side. Breaks out Utah State, a 2-on-1. Kirkville has Higgs on the near side. Kirkville will shoot. It's saved by Neva.
Neva read that play well.
Over to the near side. Here's the Violets the other way. Shaby into the zone. Slot shot saved by Vivian. End-to-end action here on this shift as Collette keeps it in for NYU. Gibbons will settle it down, chipping it back out to neutral ice.
Yeah, Neighbor read that shot well at his end. Saw the 2-on-1, but saw the defenseman and cut off the passing lane well, and that's where he's able to telescope out.
Here's Jorgensen for NYU. Low angle shot, takes a deflection wide of Christian Vivian. McJimsey will chip it high off the boards. This one won't go for icing as Moeller is back. He'll play it up the far side. It's cut off by McJimsey. Takes a check for his efforts as he sends it into the NYU zone. Aggies forced to tag up on the delayed offside. Here comes Moeller with speed for NYU. Top of the circle, fired a shot. It's blocked by Gibbons. Sent one in front, had in the feet of O'Hara, still loose down low. Comes back to O'Hara now in the corner. Orrin takes his spot as he comes top of the point. Ripley fires a wrist shot. Redirection shot saved by Vivian. Jorgensen down low, pressured by the Aggies. Pass was cut off by Utah State. Over on that far side is Yelderman able to get it out. Only to the blue line, though. Ripley doing a good job keeping it in. Gives it to O'Hara. Turnaround shot. It's saved by Vivian. Couple of good chances for the Violets here. And then now Latham will break it out. He'll fire a backhand. No icing as they race after it. Over on that far side. Setting one in front. Ripley there to cut it off. He'll backhand it all the way down. We'll see if it makes it for icing. And it will, just barely, with 13:45 left.
And someone's broken stick on the ISO. Somebody will be out $250. But, face off down the NYU. And again, we're seeing this, as long as everybody's staying out of the box, we're seeing some good hockey, good physical play, good end-to-end action, nice zonal play on both sides. This is really just a quality game right now.
Violets out shooting the Aggies 17-13 now throughout this contest. There's a 2-on-1. Orrin with a shot. It's again into the chest of Vivian as he goes hard into the referee back behind on the backboards there. Referee a little shaken up.
And I referee too, and that's one of the things you always are afraid of at any level when a player comes barreling in like that. Looks like it's John Crayley that was on the receiving end, and good for him that he's okay. I've seen him plenty of times. He does a lot of games in New Jersey, especially with William Patterson and other schools in the area. Good to see that he just shakes it off well there.
Shot from the point by NYU is blocked by Vidito. He had a chance to spring, it looks like Cutshaw back out on a potential rush, but NYU doing a good job cutting that one off. Aggies will try again. This one takes a deflection off a stick here to the near boards. Tapped along. Vidito waiting at the blue line, able to get it back out. Now it's a 3-on-2. Here's Beckstrom. Good poke check from Gillette, able to deny that opportunity. And now here's 3-on-2 the other way. Near side Fisher has a man breaking towards the front. Fisher's shot is blocked. Good play by Trimboli. Denies that opportunity. Good defense on both sides.
Yeah, that was excellent defending by Utah State there.
Here comes David Higgs for Utah State. A shot is blocked that time. Now to the top of the point, Orr quickly to the far side. Looking for Lim in front, couldn't find his stick. Now Gillette ahead, near side Morgan can't control, it's poked away from him. And NYU will just send it back in. Getting close to the halfway point of our game. 12:30 remaining on the clock. As here comes Utah State, unable to glove it to his stick was Orr. Lim follows up the play, near side. Trying to get past Finocchio. Now top of the point, quickly to the near side Fisher. Down low, nice touch pass. Orr with a shot, it's saved by Neva. NYU comes back, here's Conslato into the zone. Holds to the top of the point, he'll bring it towards the center, he'll shoot, just went wide. Back to Kowalewski, he fanned on his first shot attempt. Comes to Ripley though, he'll fire a wrist shot that's high. Near side, quickly over to Ripley on the near side. Wrist shot through traffic, also wide. As Conslato now holds in the half boards. Top of the point, holds, he'll float a pass looking for Ripley. He was cutting towards the back door. Denied and out of play by Utah State. We get a whistle with 11:36 remaining.
I'm watching this down low and how Utah State defends the back door. And NYU, again, their sharp cuts are giving problems for the Utah State defense on that back post. And it's something that they got to continue to look at as the games go on, as the weekend goes on, because NYU has found that and they're going to try to exploit it now.
Face-off is outside the zone as it was touched by NYU last on that deflection. The Violets continue to just dump and chase on this Aggie squad. Here comes the far side, a turnover in the slot as a couple of bodies get together on that far circle. Puck does get back out to neutral ice though. Ripley back in again. Ripley floats a pass over to the far side. Gallegos trying to send one in front through a couple of sticks, breaks out Utah State. Morgan McJimsey near side. He's got a goal for Utah State. A big hit here on the near side. Ripley getting it done defensively.
Nothing new from the big fella.
NYU up the far side as, almost a return check from McJimsey, but Shaby lost his footing. It came out here to the near side. Utah State clears it back out to the NYU end.
And I think it was a good thing Shaby lost his footing. McJimsey might have put him clear through the glass with that hit.
Gibbons back here on the near side. O'Hara turnaround, just dump attempt. Trying to keep it onside for NYU as the puck is out of play, and we'll get a stoppage with 10:29 left here. Shots 8-5 in favor of the Violets here. We're still tied at 2.
Yeah, and let's go back a couple minutes. That 3-on-2 that Utah State defended, that it was just excellent defensively. Is Utah State, what they recognize is, all right, 3-on-2. All right, one defenseman's going to take the puck handler on the far side. Another one's going to take the guy high slot. That takes away the two. The back checker went and took the third man. Everything just fell into place for Utah State. Defended perfectly on that 3-on-2.
Good check down on that far corner as it's going to come back to David Hicks, who just gets up after suffering that hit. He's able to squirt it out now. Beckstrom floats one along. Vidito won't get to it in time. Utah State's offside. And we'll get a whistle with 10:09 left.
Yeah, it's, this is going to be, as we're getting close, we think, to a TV timeout. It'll be interesting to see. Both teams know when it is, and it's just a matter of how they manage the game getting to it. Because you never know if that TV timeout's going to occur 10 seconds in, as this will be an icing.
Oh, waved off. The NYU beats it out. As that's Lipkin that beat out that icing call down there. Took a little bit of a head hold as well from Chase. And it comes back out to center ice. Here's Chris Cutshall. He gets dragged down to the ice, and that'll be a penalty upcoming for NYU. Regan will head to the box with 9:44 left here.
So much for that TV timeout right now. Here we go again.
Yes, right around the same time as we did in the first period, the penalties have come out to play. It'll be Gabe Regan. It's going to be a 2-minute minor for hooking at 9:44. Time of the penalty, 10:16 of the second period. And Utah State is 1 for 1 on the power play. They looked very good on that first attempt they had in the first period.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to write down that first one. Yes, they are 1 for 1. And,
As we have a false start on this face-off.
Okay, so we can.
So we can do it for the beginning of the
media timeout. Yes. So go ahead.
So we will get our media timeout. We want to thank everybody for joining us for today's broadcast. You were watching the 2016 ACHA Division II National Championship live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Gong Show Hockey, Warrior Hockey, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partners from the University of Utah.
And while we have a chance, and they're doing it on the loudspeaker, again, we will recognize the academic All-Americans. Once again, over 100 of these athletes competing this weekend here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. These are juniors and seniors with a 3.2 grade point average or higher. For Utah State, Joseph Chase, Morgan McJimsey, Michael Trimboli, and Christian Vivian. And for NYU, Charles Arsenescu, Sam Daly, Pete Jorgensen, Michael Ardner, and Evan Ripley. 9 of them in this game. Every single team in this tournament has at least one player every single team has at least 3 players that qualify for the academic All-Americans this year.
Over 100 in total, and that just goes to show these guys aren't just athletes, they're student athletes. Getting it done both on the ice and the classroom. As we are back underway, Utah State on its second power play of the afternoon. They're 1 for 1, as we mentioned before the media timeout. Aggies looking to bring it into the zone. Herman had the power play goal for Utah State in that first period. Is now here on the near side is Gibbons. Looks for the short angle shot. Didn't miss it by much as it comes to the top of the point. McJimsey looks it back for Gibbons again. He can't corral that pass as it's back down low, poked away. Moeller tries to get it away from Herman. Good job by the Aggie forward to steal that one away. Top of the point, quickly into the near side limb. Goes back to Orr, top of the point, no to the far side. Herman, a shot, saved Neighbor. Another try is saved, the net's dislodged. Well, a face-off down low. 9:01 left in the period, 1:17 left in the power play.
Hey, good. Again, Utah State able to move the puck around the perimeter, but when it comes to getting it down low, NYU's doing a good job of defending it down low, and therefore Neva is able to make the saves and be able to hold on to them without too much difficulty.
So we have a face-off on the far side. Teams tie each other up as the Aggies control. Over the near side, Gibbons. Gives it back to Orr, top of the point. Looks about a shot. Now Gibbons. Top of the point, wrist shot through traffic. It never made it to Neva. It's still loose. And finally, a fanned-on attempt from Morgan. He's getting an opportunity to ice that puck. It stays in as the shot is wide on that far side. Under a minute to go on the power play. Top of the point, or a shot just went wide. This time Morgan will get a chance to redeem himself, and he sends it on frame to Vivian.
And I tell you what, Morgan McJimsey at 6'1", 205 down there is a
Here we go, 4-0 for Utah State. Gibbons to the far side, score! Backhands it through the 5-hole. Utah State back ahead.
And that was just an absolutely, it was NYU trying to get off and give credit. I think it was Vivian who snapped that pass up. He saw NYU changing and wanted to catch him quickly. He came out, snapped that pass up, instantly becomes a 4-0. NYU, if you're coming off on that, you got to get to the bench quickly. And Vivian saw it and sprang the 4-0.
The goal will go to Sean Gibbons. It was a 4-0. He did it himself. His 12th of the season, and Utah State for the second time today is leading. 2 for 2 on the power play now is Utah State, as NYU now forced to play catch-up again. Looking for an answer here. Esposito centers one to Kowalewski. Good check by Fisher. But he gets a penalty for it. It's a tripping call. Looked like he got a 2-for-1 special there, taking out Conslato and Kowalewski, but he'll take the tripping call, and NYU heads to the power play.
We're trying to get all this stuff down.
So Brandon
Keep my
Fisher
records.
goes 2 minutes for tripping the call. Time of the penalty is 11:53 is the time of the penalty. As we're going to get another one here after that check down low. It's going to be a hooking call again. And this one's on NYU, so we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey here with 8:02 left.
Well, that power play lasted all 5 seconds.
So Mason Gallegos will go to the box. It's 2 minutes for hooking. And we're going to have a minute 56 of 4-on-4 time. It's the first time I've seen 4-on-4 this weekend.
I've seen a few of them in the games that I've done, so it'll be interesting to see. Both teams have been getting up and down. Both teams like to play that physical style well. Let's see how this goes.
Turnover by the Violets as Vidito fires a shot that's saved by Neva. Aggies getting closer to NYU's shot count now. It's 20-19 through a period and a half. As NYU gets it to the red line, Esposito in pursuit. Unable to steal away. Now here comes Ripley, 2-on-1. Ripley leading the charge, has a man in front, score! I believe that's Conslato down low, and that'll tie our game up once again, 3-3. Conslato does get the goal.
That's just a nice pass by Ripley. Coming in that 2-on-1, finds a little gap and slides it through, and Conslato just buries it, and we're tied once again.
So Michael Conslato will get the goal, his 21st of the season. A short 4-on-4 goal, I should mention. So with 7:33 left, it's a 3-3 hockey game.
And that goal comes 46 seconds after Utah State took the lead.
Both teams have had answers. Here's Orr. Good defensive play, though, from number 3, Gabe Regan, who took that penalty that Utah State capitalized on just a couple of minutes ago. Good defensive play denied the Aggies of an opportunity to come in 3-on-1. Near side, Finocchio floats one ahead, gathered by Baum. He'll come with a slot shot. It's blocked to the corner. O'Hara near side, floats it to Finocchio. Back to O'Hara. Shot is blocked in front. Trickles just harmlessly to the far side. Top of the point, Gillette, a shot. It's blocked by Gibbons. Comes to Lim. Able to settle things down. Still 4-on-4 here. 43 seconds left in it. We're under 7 minutes to go. Tie hockey game. NYU's pass off of his stick. Now back to Utah State. Over the far side. Westlake lost it in his feet. Be upended by Gillette and sent all the way back down.
And now, again, Utah State. Let's see if they find a gap.
Here's another breakaway, but Cutshaw couldn't hold on to it. That was a good opportunity on the stretch pass.
Yeah, and that actually was developed. It was the pass, the stretch pass up was deflected by Gillette, and it enabled Cutshaw to have an opportunity. Just couldn't gather enough of it.
As the Aggies now out of the box, we're 5-on-4 for 4 more seconds as a shot from Herman is wide. Settles in the far corner. NYU now out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, under 6 minutes to go. Pass floated ahead. This one will go on net to Vivian. He'll cover. And holds on with 5:52 remaining here in the second period.
You want to talk about a way to skew the special team stats? Have a 5-second power play. If you're 2 for 2 on the day like Utah State, well, that went by quickly.
Technically, now they are 2 for 3, despite the 5-second power play. NYU with taking that penalty 5 seconds in, they're 1 for 4 now on the man advantage.
And again, though, special teams is going to rule the day in this one.
It's been the difference so far here as we're still looking for a team to lead for more than about a couple of minutes here. It's been even most of the way.
Yep.
NYU gets it back out to center ice. Fisher gloves it down, plays it back to the far boards. Back out to center ice. Trimboli pokes it along. Aggies are offside. We'll tag up. Kowalewski quickly to the near side. Conslato had the goal that just tied it moments ago to Esposito, who fired a shot. It's well wide and held on by Vivian.
We've had so much even play. Utah State's had a lead for a total of about 4 minutes or so, 4 or 5 minutes. NYU's had a lead for a total of 36 seconds, it seems like. It's been an even game. Both teams evenly matched. Both teams like to play that same style. And so, in the crowd here, being entertained to a good one.
I'd say a lot of the games have been a lot closer. We saw just a ton of blowouts yesterday. The number 1 and 2 seeds outshooting the 3 and 4, or outscoring the 3 and 4 seeds by a combined score of 76-18 yesterday.
And it's quite possibly one of the most lopsided day ones in ACHA Division II history.
Seen a lot more competitive games here on day 2. As we have the 1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4 games in each pool. Utah State looking to break it out of their zone. Joseph Chase will give it to the far side through the stick of Vidito. Back to NYU, sent back the other way. Chase will have time to play this one. As he sidesteps a man, holds and lets the Aggies set up. Violets take the opportunity to make a change at the forward line. Over the far side, Chase off the stick of Beckstrom, back to NYU. Jorgensen at the red line, he turned it over. Aggies tag up quickly on the delayed offside and send it all the way in. Gillette with time to skate it. Goes to the far side. Beckstrom pressing hard on the back check as well. That's sent all the way into the Utah State end. Orrin, top of the circle, fires a shot. It's in the breadbasket of Vivian as a couple of sticks come near the Aggie goaltender. No harm, no foul. 3:59 left here in the second.
I tell you what, it's Beckstrom's back checking has been excellent in this game. He is pestering any NYU player that carries the puck, using his speed and using tenacity. As I think Vivian needs to adjust some equipment down there. Using his speed, using his tenacity to get back and creating problems for the puck carriers for NYU.
Well, we saw it with Ripley. He was arguably one of the best defenders in this tournament, able to pick his pocket in that first period. Good back checking from the Aggie forward as the Aggie set up in the offensive zone. Here's Cooper Lim. Comes to the top of the slot. A shot's redirected as a chance for Orr. He just couldn't pull the trigger. And that was open. Good defensive play, though, from the D pair of Ripley and Moeller.
I think Moeller lost sight of where that puck was and almost created a problem.
Here's Morgan, 3-on-2. Morgan a shot. Good block from Gibbons. Able to play it up to the far side. Moeller keeps it onside for NYU here to the near side. Top of the point, Ripley. Fires a wrist shot and takes a deflection to the far corner. McJimsey tied up on the far side with Morgan. Now walking in is Lipkin. Leaves it for Morgan. Takes a deflection to the slot. Oh, big hit. Oh, my goodness. Morgan McJimsey, he's been close all game. And he just laid the lumber on Lipkin right there.
Lipkin had his head down. And this is a textbook hit. To me, there's nothing dirty about the hit. I thought it was a beautiful open ice hit.
The only thing I would argue is maybe it was a little bit away from the play, but
puck had just left. Morgan was reaching for it. Had just left Morgan when, maybe that's what you can call. I don't think they're going to call anything on it, though.
No.
And just a neutral zone face-off because the helmet came off. But that was an absolutely gorgeous hit.
Oh, my goodness. Morgan McJimsey, just a fantastic hit. They will not get called.
Hit of the tournament.
Absolutely.
You want to put a highlight reel together. That goes on it.
So we'll see if that last encounter will influence the game the rest of the way here. As Trimboli and Conslato tie each other up in the corner. Now Kirkfully and Esposito do the same. 2-on-2 battle still down there in the corner. Team still digging after it. Esposito, nice pass. Kowalewski down low. Conslato, he's got one already, and he gets another one. Conslato puts NYU ahead.
That's that back door again. Conslato was open on the backside, got that puck, and then what happened is he just waited and waited and waited. Excellent patience. Vivian went down to try to make the stop, and just ultimately Conslato waited him out long enough and roofed it.
Conslato second of the game, 22nd of the season. And NYU with its first lead since about halfway through the first period.
Not even before that. They got the lead at 4:39 and gave it up at 5:15 in the first.
So we'll see if they can hold on to it for more than 40 seconds this time. As the Violets strike again. Conslato, back-to-back goals. Aggies on the far side. Higgs will chip it off the glass and out. Turnover in the neutral zone. Now here's Chris Cutshall. Denied by the Violets, taken away by Shavy. Near side, Chase can't keep it on side. Aggies will tag up. As Finocchio over to the far side, down to 2:10 left here in the period. Cutshall will keep that in for Utah State. Settle down to the far side now, near side. Shavy can't control, good check from Chase. As Vidito upends a man here on the near side. Now center pass in front of us. Gallegos will just send it along. Vivian will leave it behind. Chase gets tripped up as Shavy was cutting in on that play. Bouncing back and forth, settled by Higgs in his own zone. Looks for a pass near side, takes a deflection into the Utah State bench. And as we get a whistle, 1:33 left.
And almost a little high stick there. Couldn't see, what was it, 29 it might have gotten Utah State? Couldn't quite see, but a stick got up a little high.
Yeah, it did take a deflection.
Either way, no harm, no foul, and everybody's going to go on and play.
Back underway for the final 90 seconds or so as Vivian makes a save with 1:29 left. Still a great game between these two teams. It's been back and forth between these two teams, just exchanging goals.
And this is what we kind of expected coming into this, and we knew that if everybody stayed disciplined and got into the box, and each team has scored 2 power play goals, but it's been a very even game. We've been saying it all day long.
Over the far side, Aggies get it out of the zone. Orr will tap it along. He'll race after it with Boyda. They'll collide behind the NYU cage. Another 2-on-2 battle. Squirts out to Morgan on the far side. Had trouble holding onto it. Does get it back out to center ice. NYU does keep... We have a better view from up here than most, but I looked onside to me, but it's waved off.
Here is the thing, and when you go through the officiating seminars and all that, you're taught about I just had it in my head and now I forgot it, but essentially your angle of the play is what's going to determine it. The linesman had the actual better angle than we did because we're seeing the back end of the blue line and he's seeing the front edge of it. So he's actually got the better angle from where he is, the determining edge.
It's all about the determining edge when it comes to those things.
Yep. Even though, if you're on the ice, we're actually in a slightly better angle than he is, but as it turns out, from where we are up here, it changes as well.
Puck takes the deflection on a play with 46.8 to go now here in the second period. NYU looking to extend its lead. Here in Pool A, Utah State and NYU. NYU with a victory over Penn State yesterday afternoon. Utah State looking for its first win as they fell to Grand Valley State yesterday afternoon.
And Coach Eccles, that is your traditional, let me give my guys a couple extra seconds to gather themselves delay there.
Trying to sneak a late change. They are the visitors, so they do get the first change of the two. One of those benefits that the home team gets for being able to make that late last change to try and pair up the lines. Kowalewski goes hard into the boards as the 23s now battle. Kirkvliet and Kowalewski dealing away. Now here come the Aggies. Chris Yelderman with time up the near side. Over to the far side, McJimsey. He's had a very active game. Gives it to Kirkvliet. Final 15 seconds here. A good turnover. Moeller stands up a man. Now here's Higgs. Breakaway. A shot. Saved by Neba. Higgs had all kinds of time. Neba with the blocker save, and that'll do it. Maybe one last chance. A shot from the blue line hits a man in the NYU blue line, and that'll do it for an exciting second period. The teams exchange goals. NYU will hold on to the lead as they lead 4-3 through the second period. Teams will head out to their respective locker rooms. We'll talk with the head coach of NYU, Chris Cosentino, here in just a moment. As we're ready downstairs, we'll send it to Brett. He's standing by with Coach Cosentino.
Coach, 3-3 after 2. Was that what you expected out there through 40?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team. Listen, we knew it was going to be a grind with them. They lost yesterday, and they need this one. So yeah, we knew it was going to be a battle, and I think we're playing well. I think we're playing fast. We're just giving them a little too many more. Giving them a few more options, for more opportunities than we want. But no, we knew it was going to be a battle.
Any adjustments going to the third?
No, just going to keep grinding, try and play a fast game, and hopefully limit the turnovers and penalties, and just keep pushing forward.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, bud.
Back up to you.
All right, thanks, Brett. As we conclude our second period, we have one more period to go, and just a back and forth affair here between NYU and Utah State. 4-3 as you see the shots 26-21 in that second period. The Violets outshoot the Aggies by a tally of 16-13 in that second period. Before we sign off for the intermission, thoughts on that second period, Brett?
Just what Coach said. It's what you expected between these two teams. Both play well in their systems. Both play physical. We saw that out there. This is going to be a tight third period. Let's see what happens. Is Utah State going to come out and say, hey, we're running with the national champs? Is NYU going to come out gripping the sticks tight? It's going to be interesting. But this is, again, what we expected, what they expected. Tight game through 2, exciting game through 2.
Stay tuned, folks. It's going to be a great finish to a great game here at the ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament. NYU leads Utah State 4-3 through 2 periods. We'll be back in about 14 minutes with the third and final period. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2016 ACHA Division II National Championships live from Westchester, Pennsylvania. All right, hockey fans, getting ready for our third period. Teams are lined up. We're ready to strap the puck. As Utah State wins the opening faceoff, they trail 4-3, heading into our third and final period. Matt Coleman and Brett Laudner here for the call. As here comes NYU. Esposito into the offensive zone, fires a shot just wide of Vivian. As Aggies, Yelderman up the near side. Beckstrom got a stick on it, couldn't control it. Muller will send it back into the into the Utah State zone. About 30 seconds gone. Consolado, nice pass down low, but unable to hold on to it was Kowalewski. He steals it right back, though. Holds in the corner. Yelderman pressing him. He leaves it for Consolado. Comes in front, gets his leg taken out. Aggies will come up the far side. Ripley will keep it in. So will Orrin as it comes back down low for Kowalewski. Down low. Aggies now have time to skate it. Here comes Utah State stumbling at the red line, though, was Cutshall, and that breaks out NYU 3-on-3 the other way. Ripley, a wrist shot, blocker save from Vivian, who holds on with 18:50 left here in the first period. As you mentioned, I'm Matt, that's Brett. We're here for the third and final period. We're here on rink 3 between these two teams. It's been a great game so far.
It's been great games all around today. Liberty 4-1 over Lindenwood after 2 periods over on rink 1, and we'll get the others in a little bit.
Hey, stay tuned for that one. There's a big game going on rink 2. We'll give you the score update here at the next stoppage. As NYU will chip it high in the glass. You're going to get that update now as this is icing on NYU with 18:35 left here in this third.
Right now, Miami leads Lindenwood Belleville 2-0 late second period over on rink 2. And on rink 4, Arizona State Elite a 3-0 lead on Keene State late second period there.
A huge upset could be potentially brewing there. Of course, Belleville, the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Trailing the Redhawks 2-0. They fell to Utah. Miami did 4-2 yesterday. They're in a win or go home pretty much situation when it comes to today's contest. Here comes NYU into the offensive zone. Utah State also in the win or go home situation mentality. As Regan will send it back in the NYU zone. NYU could potentially clinch their pool if they get a result in the afternoon games.
Actually,
only Grand Valley State to lose.
I think, though, even with that, if there somehow it becomes a 3-way tie, I don't think they can outwardly clinch it.
I think so. Actually, that's probably true. We could see a lot of what we saw like last year between Arizona State and Montclair State, where you had to win, but you had to win by a certain amount of goals just to get in.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, Arizona State last year needed to win 5-0 essentially. They needed to score and win by 5 at least, and they got the 5-0 win last year against Montclair State in one of the more shocking results because Montclair State was playing so well up until that point last year.
Yeah, say the most entertaining 5-0 game you've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Just on that. We'll see if any of those kind of games will unfold tomorrow. We'll most likely see one of those kind of happen tomorrow, or we might just have pretty much a quarterfinal Sunday with all these top seeds doing well. And there's a good chance for the Aggies was denied by Jack Nava. Now here comes NYU the other way. Here's Lipkin from the circle, a blocker save from Vivian. Back down low is Lipkin. He lost control of the puck as he had to skate by the referee. As he's able to steal it back. Lipkin's shot. This one is directed wide. As it's floated high in the air. Moeller lost it in his feet. McJimsey just trying to swim over Moeller to get to that puck. Instead it's Higgs. And he'll fire a shot. It's corralled by Nava. He'll hold on for that one with 16:51. NYU still leads by a score of 4-3 here in our third period. This is Pool A action. We're here on Rink 3 at the Iceland Quad Rinks in Westchester, Pennsylvania. NYU 1-0 so far this weekend. Utah State 0-1. As the Violets win the puck here on the near side, they'll send it all the way around the boards. Gets to about the red line before Utah State takes it back. Is sent back into the near side. Kowalewski waiting patiently, just taps it along. This will most likely go for icing, but Christian Vivian will come out and play the puck instead, negates the icing call. Yellerman and Kowalewski run into each other. This one waved off by the referees. Looked like it was going to be an icing call the other way. Kowalewski able to sidestep Gibbons as he fires one towards the front of the net. It's wide. Now Esposito down low looking for Consolado. Consolado to Kowalewski, quickly to Esposito. His shot was jammed up. Saved by Vivian, picked up by Yelderman. Put it back out to neutral ice. Herman couldn't get on the end of it, as NYU will dump and chase. Here's Andrew Latham for the Aggies to the near side. As Renee lost control, now it comes back out to Latham. Gets it past the blue line, sends one in front. It's turned aside by Neva. Over on the far side, Shavy and Renee collide. A couple of bodies collide. Good play from his knees as Gillette. This will be an icing call, though, as he hit it just a little too far. And we get a stoppage with 15:32 left here in the third period.
Just got an update, 3-1 Arizona Elites after 2 periods. Keene State gets one back over on ring 4. That just ended the second period of play. Miami 2-0 up on Lindenwood Belleville. That's at the end of the second period.
Well, Keene State doing a much better showing today against the top seed in their pool as they fell 11-1 to Florida Gulf Coast. Looking like they're another strong program once again this season. A lot of the teams that had the blowout losses bouncing back so far today. We have 4 more games this afternoon, all starting at either 3 or 3:15 Eastern time. It's Beckstrom with a shot that just went wide. And we're getting a penalty coming up on Utah State. It's going to be a high sticking call. We'll see who they will take to the box here. It's going to be to Chris Vidito for the Aggies. With 15:09 to go, it's a high sticking call. Believe it was in front trying to tip that shot from Beckstrom on frame, caught Neba in the cage. So NYU, they're 1 for 4 on the power play. They'll get another crack to try and open up this game. Penalties to number 29, Chris Vidito. It's 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 4:11, or 4:51, I should say, of the third period. As NYU goes to work on the power play. Top of the point, Ripley a drive. It's blocked in the slot. Aggies clear.
Good job. Again, they're not letting Ripley have time or space much to get his offense going.
Ripley will bring it in himself as he fires one on net to Vivian. This one he'll cover. And we get a stoppage play with 14:38 to go, 1:30 left in the power play.
Unfortunately, when you're 6'5", you kind of draw attention to yourself, and that's what's
kind of hard to be. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to hide out in this group. So, but Ripley's going to have to figure out a way to get his shots off quicker.
Backstrom makes a nice draw win there for Utah State as he was able to help send it all the way down the ice. Neba's out to play this one. Almost turned it over as Ripley, that long length, helping him again. Able to corral that puck. Esposito near side takes a shot from McJimsey. NYU wanted to call it, didn't get it. As here comes Consolado. Violet set up the power play as Consolado top of the point, looks for the far side pass. Here's Orn. Orn looks to go back to Consolado. Good diving play from McJimsey. He's been active all game. He's able to block that pass, and the Aggies clear. 14 minutes to go in the game, 50 seconds left in the power play. As the Violets will break the puck out, Ripley to the near side, Gallegos. Gallegos over to the far side. Regan back and forth at the far boards. Up to Finocchio, quickly to the near side. White back to Finocchio, over to Regan. Regan down low. Walking in. Bomb to the top of the point, Finocchio back near side. White walks in, he fans on the first shot. Poked away by the Aggies, they'll clear. As Kirkville does it that time.
Again, good job aggressively coming out on the NYU players, not allowing them the time or the space to make a move, make a decision to set up the attack.
Final 5 seconds here, the power play. NYU's going to go 1 for 5 on the extra attacker. As it's floated all the way to about the NYU outside circle. As the Aggies are back to full strength. 13 minutes remaining. Aggies still trail by 1. This will be icing on Utah State. Waved off, though, by the officials. Seen a lot of icings go by the wayside here.
Yeah, they're waving a few off for whatever reasons. They may not think that the attacking team, as this goes now for icing.
Of course, we mentioned it now.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it always goes. But, sometimes you think you're not skating after it, so we're just going to let's wave it off and go on, get after the puck. And I think that's what Gabe Gillette is talking about now. He's trying to sit there and say, wait a second, well, why isn't it icing on our end? And he got the explanation from the linesman.
Now we can hear both coaches on either side kind of constructively constructively criticizing the officials for their icing calls. This one was a good icing, waved off as NYU beat out that call. Now here comes the Aggies. Walking in, Lim to the near side. Herman has time. He fanned on the shot, but it still trickles to the far side, and the Aggies score!
I think Neba lost sight of that going through. He was expecting a hard shot, never saw it, and then it just trickled right through, and Cooper Lim was on that back door, just snapped it home.
Cooper Lim, right place, right time for the Utah State Aggies. It's going to be his 29th of the season, and we're tied yet again here with 12:22 to go.
You expected anything less? I think that was Herman that tried to take the shot before that and fanned on it. And he had a lot of time to shoot.
Well, and that was the crazy part. It slid all the way down to that back post.
Yep.
Nabel wasn't ready for it, and the Aggies just tap it home. And we're tied.
And this is, Neba, I think when that shot was fanned on, he was looking for it, and you could still see him looking ahead, not sure where it went. He thought it might have gotten blocked or stayed with Herman. And when it just kept on crawling through, eventually there on the back door to pound it home was Lim.
Another turnover. Here's Cutshall with the near side. Trimboli tip shot is blocked. Back to Cutshall, who backhands it to the corner. Aggies with a good offensive momentum here as it comes through the feet of Cutshall to the top of the point. Trimboli's shot just went wide. Fisher on the far side will try his luck. It takes a block to the back behind the net. They jam at it. Neba this time able to track it and get a glove on it. 11:50 to go.
Utah State, again, they're not going to go away. And Coach Cosentino knows that he knew coming into it. This is a good team. They're not going to go away. And the way NYU's playing, they know they're not going away, but it doesn't matter. Utah State's still able to get opportunities and create problems for the Violets.
Violets now in control near side as Regan just taps it along for Baum. Trimboli can't keep it on side. And leads to the Violets sending it all the way back in. Fisher and Shaby on the far side. Shaby will send it back behind the net. Turnover. Now Baum looks for Gallegos. Good play from the Aggie defender. Trimboli gets it back out to center ice. He was looking for Fontaine at center ice. Couldn't find him. Now Fontaine has it. Over the far side. Now Fisher. Ahead. Turnover. Gallegos will shoot. It takes a deflection. Bouncing puck here to the near corner. Shaby and this time Renee get together. Trimboli's there as well for Utah State. Stolen away in Renee. Weaving back and forth through two Violets, finally stolen away by Shaby. As Renee and Gallegos are tied up together here on the near side. Referees say play on as it comes to the top of the point. Regan across the ice. Finocchio, a shot. It's saved by Vivian. Still loose. Another try is saved as well.
Good job tracking the puck with pressure.
Near side. Bomb top of the point. Regan across to Finocchio. He'll fire a shot. It's blocked at the hash marks. Gathered by Utah State. Fontaine will gain the red line, sending it in. Aggies needed a big change after that last shift. Both teams will change as Regan brings it up the near side. Floats one ahead. Chris Yelderman back for Utah State. Coming up to the halfway point of our third period. We're tied. Here comes the Aggies 2-on-2. Higgs weaving through traffic. Trying to give it to McJimsey. McJimsey wasn't being able to track it. Now he battles with Boyden. Comes in front. Higgs score! Gary Higgs! Utah State ahead!
You know what? Jack Neba went down to take out the low part of the net thinking that it was going to be a stuff attempt. It wasn't there, and then Neba stayed down. And the end result is finding that top shelf space. And, a lot of goalies will say that they want that one back. That might be one that Jack Neba wants back.
Gary Higgs, his fifth goal of the season, first of the tournament, and the Aggies who trailed going into this period, now have a 1-goal lead halfway through the third. A tremendous turn of events here. It's been a back and forth affair all game long. As the Aggies are in control, they pass it here to the near side, the pass off target. Esposito got a stick on it as it comes back to Moeller. Far side, Ripley. Now does NYU have an answer? So Yelderman and McJimsey get credit for the assist. Here's Lim who rings it off the near post. Aggies buzzing right now as another turnover. Lim from the top of the point. Deflection saved by Neba. Now NYU the other way. Here's Esposito. Esposito back in front. Conslato tried to look for his hat trick. Couldn't pull the trigger on the shot though. Coming up on 9 minutes to go as the pass. Top of the point, Ripley. Wrist shot deflects up into the rafters and out of play. 9:04 left here in the third period. It's time for our media timeout with the Aggies leading the Violets 5-4 here in the third period. We'd like to thank everyone for watching the ACHA Division II National Championship live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Pro Stock Hockey, Bauer, USA Hockey, and Barron Championship Rings, the official championship ring supplier of the ACHA. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rings, App Hammer, and our broadcast partners from the University of Utah.
Once again, I want to recognize and congratulate the academic All-Americans here in the ACHA National Tournament. Over 100 of these athletes competing this weekend. Juniors and seniors with a 3.2 grade point average or above. In this game for Utah State, Joseph Chase, Morgan McJimney, Michael Trimboli, and Christian Vivian. And on the NYU side, Charles Arsenescu, Sam Daly, Peter Jorgensen, Michael Lardner, Evan Ripley, the 5 in NYU. That last goal, by the way, Higgs from Yelderman and McJimney at 9:57. This game's not over yet, though.
Well, we still have a ton of time left. 9:04, and is anything we've seen so far in this game is an answer. We're not done. We'll probably see a couple more goals before this one's over. Gallegos with a shot from the point, turned aside by Vivian. As the Violets keep it in. As Chase tried to clear the zone, it was kept in. Here's Gallegos over to the far side. Walking in is White with a shot that went high. Regan back down low for Gallegos, turned away by Chase. He'll ring it up the far boards. Beckstrom, nice touch pass, breaks out Vidito. Vidito near side, will backhand it down low. There waiting patiently was Finocchio. Able to backhand it to Regan near side. Pokes it along, near side for Baum. He skated before he had the puck. Still able to bring it forward. Gallegos over the far side, glove down by White, brings it ahead. White sends one in front, takes a deflection up in the air. Now another try on the near side by O'Hara is blocked back behind the net. Boyda able to keep it in the zone. Turnover though, is a good hit again by McJimsey. He's been all over the hitting department today. Chase will fire a shot. Nebo, he lost the puck, almost trickled behind him. Looked like he had it settled in his chest. Did not have it though.
Nama's looking a little shaky in the last couple of shots.
As Vivian will touch this one up as the teams get together in front of the Utah State. And as you mentioned, Neba, he's been having some trouble over on the NYU side.
He's been fighting it. And we saw this earlier in the season. He's fighting pucks this year. And I'm not sure why, really. He's a tremendous goaltender. He's been fighting pucks, and Sam Daly's taking over the number 1 spot. I mean, it might also be just not getting as many games in as he did last year when Sam Daly went down from the surgery from a brain tumor.
So the whole college hockey community knows the story of Sam Daly, as he's been the mainstay in net for the Violets this year. Mm-hmm. After Naba was called upon to take that task last year, he did a great job. As we mentioned earlier in the program, he was first team all tournament in Salt Lake a season ago. He was arguably the best goaltender in the tournament last year.
And possibly one of the best goaltenders overall in the country, body of work-wise, because I got to see him go through, with the Super East playoffs and everything, and he was just on fire at that time, and it just carried over into the national tournament last year. To Sam Daly for a moment, he is a tremendous young man as well, if you get to talk to him. Really nice kid. He's got a great family as well. And just every day I'm just glad to see him back on the ice.
Kowalewski, a drive. It's blocked by Trimboli to the corner. As NYU pressing the issue. They need a goal to tie it. Far side, Consolano. He's got 2. He gives it to Esposito down low. Back to Consolano. His stick jammed up as he fired that one. Well, wide now, top of the point. Moeller back to Esposito. Back to Moeller. He'll fire a shot. It's well wide of Christian Vivian.
It almost has a power play feel to it, even though it's not.
Over that far side. Now here's Consolano. Tries to go top of the point. Ripley, quick wrist shot. Again, blocked in the slot. Ripley's had a tough time getting his shots through traffic. Aggies not letting him fire that lethal shot of his. Gets dragged down by the Aggies. Referees will let it play as a shot by by Vidito is turned aside by Neva. Good hit here on the near side as well from the Aggie forward. Now a turnover. Cutshall in the slot. He'll shoot it wide. Over here on the near side, 2-on-1 battle. Vidito tries to come center with it. Now Beckstrom, short angle shot, went high. Gibbons can't keep it in. The Aggies offside. They'll have to tag up. Gives the Violets an opportunity to breathe here. And action as here comes Moeller. He'll send it into the corner. Violets will take this opportunity to change as Vivian turns it over. Good shot by Baum on the near side. Now here comes Cutshall. Cutshall and Regan here near side. Pass to the up top of the point. Higgs looks for the far post. Shot went wide. Back out to center ice. Here's Gibbons. Under 6 minutes to go. The defending champions on the ropes here. As the Aggies trying to keep their playoff hopes alive here as the fire of shots blocked behind the net. Over to Orn. Chips it off the glass. Now ahead. Here's Jorgensen. 2-on-2 for the Violets. Jorgensen, a shot, went wide. Nick Jimsey floats one to center ice. Kirkfleet taps it to Higgs. He'll retreat into his own zone. Trying to eat as much time as the Aggies can here. Nick Jimsey near side, battling with Finocchio. Able to play it across, quickly ahead. Orn to Jorgensen, he'll shoot. Glove save, Vivian coughed it up for a moment as the congregation comes in front. Couple of pushes and shoves, no harms looks to be done.
It's a hotly contested game here. Both teams playing with emotion, that passion, that fire you need, that is hockey really. And you're hearing the NYU chants going up from the crowd. Listen, a lot of them, commuted here, some from the city on a couple commuter rails. So
yeah, not too far here, Westchester from New York.
About 2.5 hour drive if you're going to drive it.
As here comes Lim here on the on the near side. He tried to send one in front, took a deflection wide. Different story for the Aggies. To over 2,000 miles to get here to Westchester, Pennsylvania from Logan, Utah.
A little bit of a flight there.
All 4 of the Western teams all 4 had to travel over 2,000 miles to get here. You have Utah and Utah State and the 2 Arizona State schools. And here's Finocchio, a shot from the top of the point. It's blocked. As the Aggies this time will ice the puck. We'll see if John Eccles will exercise his timeout here.
Now, I'm taking a look over at the bench, and it looks like he might.
He may wait. Yeah, there's a signal, a late icing call.
You have to wait until the linesman gets the puck, the one linesman gets it from another, before the officials on the ice can initiate the timeout. But yes, timeout, Utah State here with 4:01 to go in the third on that icing. But what I've been seeing the last few minutes, pretty much ever since they took the lead, is Utah State is almost like it has a feel of a power play for NYU when it's in the Utah State zone. Utah State is still forechecking. They're still going after it when the puck's down the NYU end, but they're sort of sitting back. They don't want to play too aggressively and give up the back door. They know it's like, well, wait a second. They've had success on that back door. We got to shut it off. And you see them now peeling it back, sort of packing it in the house there to try to defend.
Well, and you've talked to Coach Cosentino. We talked to him after the second period. We talked to him in the pregame, too. What's he telling his guys? This is a position they've been in before, I would assume, but
yep.
they got a lot higher stakes this time around, though.
Well, you know what, though? all during the courses of the years and playoffs and Super East and everything, they've been in these situations where it's like, all right, boys, you know what you have to do, play your game. It's pretty much what he's saying. He's like, you know what you're up against, you know what you have to do. Don't deviate from what you're successful at.
As NYU wins the draw, a quick glove save from Vivian on White. He's got a goal already today. Looked for his second there. Good save from the glove hand of Vivian. We'll try again on that far side. This time the Aggies win it, but good play by Baum to get to it first. Gallegos tried to go to the point. It was denied. Now sent in front. A good try for a redirection in front by Baum, but the pass just a little too far wide.
You'll probably see Coach Costantino shorten the bench, go with just 2 lines here out. Probably.
Well, most likely to see this line. We'll see the Esposito-Consolano line as well, most likely.
Yep.
As Finocchio back in his own zone. We'll also keep an eye on the NYU net. We'll see when Coach Costantino will elect to pull his goaltender if they can't score here in the next minute or so. As Utah State in the middle of a change, Finocchio with time to skate it himself. Finocchio ahead, gains the red line, bouncing puck towards Vivian. This one will cover. And another faceoff upcoming with 3:08 remaining.
Every face-off now, every little thing is going to be so crucial here in these last 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Big face-off here in the zone.
Another win for NYU, another save from Vivian. This one out of play, and we'll try again with 3:03 left.
Harris stepped through, took that loose puck, just spun around and fired a shot. I don't think he realized he had a little more time. He could have ripped it up a little higher, and it probably would have tied the game.
Here's Ripley looking for a drive. Again, blocked in the slot by Utah State. They'll clear it to the red line. Gillette will send it back in. Takes a friendly bounce off the referee. Comes near side. Orr can't control. Gillette can't either as he squirts all the way back to the NYU bench. Gillette in front of us. Tried to dump it in. It was cut off by Gibbons, who takes a big hit from Jorgensen here on the near side. As now Jorgensen, Aggies protesting an offside. It's deemed a good play by the linesman. Down to 2.5. Neva still in the net for NYU as a shot is blocked to the top of the point. Finocchio. Over to Ripley. Ripley for Orn, poked away right to Ripley, who fires a wrist shot, not a lot on it, and Vivian will make another save.
And Ripley taking that off his back foot, so he wasn't able to get all the mustard he could on it. And if it's staying like this, the scoreline at 5-4, you'll probably see Coach Costantino think about it with around 1.5 minutes to go. In games past that we've seen him play, around that 1.5 mark when he's been in these situations, he'll pull his goalie for the extra attacker.
Neva's still in the net. We're still 5-on-5. 2:16 to go in the game. It's 5-4 Utah State. Kowalewski, good poke check again from McJimsey. Able to steal it away. Reagan now top of the point. Looking for the answer. He shoots. Save Vivian. Loose in front. Vivian peeks behind him. They all gather in front as a logjam of bodies are in the blue paint there.
And now everybody's going to calm down.
As that puck stays out. A flurry in front.
That is a compete level. That's an immense compete level there by everyone involved, but particularly Christian Vivian, the goaltender, who just battled his way to make sure that puck stayed out of net. With all the traffic around him, bodies falling on him, in front of him, behind him, everywhere, he just stayed with it, stayed focused on the puck, and kept it out.
So we stay at 5-4, 2:02. Still 5-on-5 here. As we'll have a face-off here on the near circle. Vivian's glove side. Gallegos takes the draw against Kirk Falik. It's won by the Aggies. Higgs will ring it around the boards to his brother, Gary Higgs, who ices the puck. That hybrid icing rule, NYU does have to get to the hash marks to earn that whistle. They do with 1:52 left.
And Utah State was calling that it was tipped and shouldn't have been an icing, but the linesman and all the officials said no.
So it is icing on Utah State. The faceoff will be on the far circle this time. This time, Neba is gone. We're 6-on-5.
A little bit earlier than usual for NYU, but given the circumstances, give it a shot right now.
Aggies win the draw, though. Ringing around the boards is Chase. McJimsey trying to get to it near side. He gets it out past the blue line. NYU forced to tag up on the delayed offside. Looking for the empty net, but the shot goes wide. No, it's waved off to the protest of NYU. The icing not called. Near side, Lim tries a backhand. Conslato blocks it. We're down to the final 90 seconds here. Esposito centers a pass. White tried to tip it along, but could not. Orn from the top of the point. Deflected to the corner. Esposito to White. Back down to Esposito. Looks for a center pass off of shin pad to the corner. White to Orn. Top of the point, Kowalewski. Near side, Conslato, top of the circle. 1:10 left. NYU's got to get a shot off here as they do. It's blocked by McJimsey back out to center ice. Violets will try again. Esposito onside. Tries to send one in front. It's cut off by Orr. He'll ice it. As Kowalewski has to race all the way back, he will with 54.1 left here in the third.
And I don't know if NYU is going to want to call timeout.
They will.
It's one of those, do you want to call timeout? You know you got a tired group of Utah State players out there, but on the same token, he's got a tired group out there, and Coach Costantino wants this group out.
Well, and you will have an offensive draw, too, so you can kind of talk about what you want accomplished if you win this draw. As we're getting down to crunch time here, a great game to start off day 2 here at the National Championship Tournament. As we saw a series of blowouts by the top seeds yesterday, we've seen a lot of good games here, and we're just getting started. We have 4 more games this afternoon. We want to remind everybody, starting at 3 o'clock, we have the University of Utah taking on Boston University. That's on Rink 1. Also at 3 o'clock, Florida Gulf Coast will take on Michigan State. That is in a Pool C matchup. Over in Pool B, you have William Patterson against Arizona State's Maroon Squad. That's at 3:15, and then the finale at 3:15, also Grand Valley State taking on Penn State here in this Pool A. Still a lot to be decided here, though. We're 6 on 5, 54.1 to go on the clock, an offensive draw for the Violets. Trying to force this one to overtime. Top of the point, Kowalewski near side, Conslato, wrist shot through traffic, it's blocked in the slot. Conslato down low for White. Gives it to Esposito, he's tied up. Down low by Fisher. Able to hold on to it. Gives it to Orn. Top of the circle. Through traffic. Vivian makes a save. Sprawling down as the Violets top of the point. Kowalewski to the near side. Down to 30 seconds. Conslato back behind. Esposito. His pass off target. Comes to the near side. Kowalewski will keep it in. Down low now. Esposito has 2 men in front. Looking for either of them. Instead goes to the top of the point. Orn can't settle the bouncing puck. Violets forced to get out of the zone. They have to wait. 14 seconds left. Last chance here for the Violets. They're offside, and they will be blown dead with 9.7 left.
Evan Ripley, he thought the puck was in the zone, and it wasn't because NYU made one more pass across the blue line. Utah State was flooding one side of the ice to prevent NYU from skating it in. So when the pass was made across, Ripley thought it was already in, and he skated in as well.
Face off on the far circle. 9.7 left. The Violets will need to win the draw if they want a chance to force overtime. They do win the draw. Orn to Kowalewski, quickly to Conslato. 5 seconds left. He'll shoot, but it's offside. Vivian made the glove save for good effort, but it's offside on NYU. 3.7 now left.
That's looking like it's going to be a tall order here.
Cutshaw against Esposito, tries to win it straight forward. Aggies ice it just wide of the frame, and that's it. The Utah State Aggies come back and upset the defending champions. They beat the NYU Violets 5-4 here in Day 2 at Nationals. So the Aggies keep their semifinal hopes alive. They are now 1-1 with this NYU squad. As the teams will meet at center ice for handshakes here, we'll go downstairs. Brett will talk with one of the Aggies before we sign off here. A great contest here between these two teams. The Aggies pull it out. They improved their record to 23-12-2 on the season. They are now 1-1 in pool play. For the Violets, they are now 21-9 on the season. They are also 1-1 in pool play. So Pool A will now come down to Day 3, on Sunday. As both these teams still alive. for a berth in the semifinals on Monday. As you see the teams skate off the ice, we'll talk with Morgan McJimsey here in just a moment from Utah State. As you see there, he's standing by down with Brett. Let's go down to Morgan McJimsey. He's standing by with Brett Lautner.
All right, Morgan McJimsey, big game for you, big physical game for you personally, but a big win for your team. Talk about that game out there.
That was just a team effort. I mean, we knew coming into this game that we had to give it our all. I mean, it's a win or go home. And, I mean, our team battled throughout the whole game. No matter what the lead was or if you're behind, we just kept pushing, and it worked out in our favor this time.
What was the mindset down 4-3 in that third period? What was the message on the bench that was going on with the guys?
Everyone just told each other to keep our heads up. I mean, we've been in that situation several times before going into the third period, and it's worked out in our favor plenty of times before. We knew that if we keep battling, there's a good chance it'll come our way. And then Vivs, our goalie, played an amazing game behind the pipes. I mean, yeah.
And then tomorrow you got another big game coming up, still alive in this tournament. What are you looking forward to in that one?
We just got to keep playing the game we played today. If we come tomorrow ready to play, I mean, there's a great chance we'll win that game, and we just have to come ready to play tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Back up to you.
All right, thanks, Brett. As we thank Morgan for taking the time to talk to us. A 5-4 game here in the third period, or after this game. The final score 5-4. The final shot count. The Violets outshoot the Aggies 40-27 in this contest. As the Aggies were able to score twice to take the lead. They trailed 4-3 going into this third period. They were able to get two quick goals about halfway through the third. At the 12:27 and 7:38 and 9:57 marks of the third period. The two big goal scorers for Utah State, and it was a great game for the full 60 minutes, Brett.
Yeah, it was. It was a tremendous game for the full 60. Utah State believed all the way through, and they played hard. NYU played hard, not taking anything away from them. But Utah State believed all the way through, played that hard, complete game, and end result is they are still very much alive and well going into day 3.
Well, now we go to day 3. Both NYU and Utah State 1-1. We have to wait for the Grand Valley State and Penn State game later this afternoon, but there's a lot to go on the line here when we go to Sunday.
Yeah, there is. And results like this, when the lower seed beats the higher seed, especially after what happened yesterday, now all of a sudden it changes the focus to where tiebreakers can come into play, and now it's, can we get the three-way tie? Can we get, all of a sudden, a lower seed maybe comes up, especially with the national champs that played so well. If I'm not mistaken, it's only their second loss in spring semester games for NYU. So it's, this is something that, a big win for Utah State, getting set up for what's going to come later today and tomorrow.
So for NYU, they go into the big matchup with Grand Valley State tomorrow afternoon with a loss. Grand Valley State still has to play Penn State later today. For the Aggies, they'll get that Penn State squad that plays Grand Valley for a potential spot in the semifinals. That's who they'll play tomorrow. Let's see, Utah State plays at 12:15. NYU Grand Valley will be at 3 o'clock tomorrow. As Pool A will come down to the final day of the pool play here at Nationals, as we will wrap things up here from Westchester, Pennsylvania. 5-4 the final score. The Utah State Aggies beat the NYU Violets here on Rink 3 on day 2 of the ACHA Division II National Championships. We want to thank everybody for joining us for today's broadcast. For Brett, I'm Matt. We thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you this afternoon. Be sure to check out one of the 4 games live on our YouTube page, or if you'd like to watch us again, be sure to go to youtube.com and search ACHA D2 Hockey. 5-4 the final score. Utah State victorious over NYU. You've been watching the 2016 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of your weekend.